Well, this morning I picked up this little Toro Powerlite 98cc engine, 16 inches wide, on Craigs List. It said it wasn't running right, so I pulled over the pull start just to see if it was seized up, and it is not, but we'll have to see if we can get it running or figure out what's going on with it. Nice day today. Finally, it's like 40 plus degrees after 2 weeks of sub 25 degrees. It's been terrible, but yep, we're all melting, and tomorrow it's supposed to rain like crazy, and we'll probably have flooding. So the scraper is in good shape. This bottom thing down here and these rubber jobs. The auger looks pretty good, so we'll squirt a little gas into it and see if we can get it started. There's a little crack back here. I can get some gas in, I think. Yeah, I got all over the place. See what happens. Pull start's a little wanky. Okay, I'm going to pull the top off there. Boy, it's a mud fest here. So I have another one of these, an older one, and it's kind of set up the same way. Except for this one's actually easier to access. There are only two screws holding that in. So, and it has a bowl. My other one has a diaphragm. So I was just squirting gas at it, and I just kind of made a mess. I was kind of blindly shooting it in there. I didn't realize it had this cap on here. I'm going to try putting some gas in there and see what happens. Okay, we shot some gas in there. With the choke on, the choke off, no go. So now I got to see if we got spark. Actually, what I was thinking of doing is just pulling off this connection from the key, just in case the key's kind of screwed up, and preventing it from starting. Okay, I'm going to take out these two screws to access a spark plug to see if there's any spark, because that connector to the switch didn't really seem like it wanted to come off. Now to have better access with this thing off. Looks like someone was trying to pull it off before. I don't know if you can see that. It's really dry looking spark plug. Kind of doesn't look like any gas is getting to it. Okay, so I pulled it over. I'm getting a weak spark, but spark nonetheless. So my guess is the bowl is just all plugged up. I'm going to put the plug back in and take a look at the bowl. Okay, well, some dirt came out, as you can see there. But the bowl doesn't look too bad, which is always good kind of with two strokes, because there's a little bit of oil in them so they don't rust and stuff like that. Everything else looks pretty good. We're going to clean it up. Let's take a look at this jet. It doesn't look too bad either. Okay. We'll clean it up and put it back together. Okay. Bowl's back on. Let's clean. The gas is running freely. Switch on. The primer doesn't seem too good. Let's see what happens. get a little gas down the spark plug hole. Let's see what happens. Alright. Okay, we tried it a few more 1,000 times. I'm not getting anything. I tried starting fluid through the carburetor. The spark looks pretty good. You know, I'm starting to think that maybe we sheared a T on the flywheel. So I'm going to get it out of the mud, I think, and bring it down in the basement and work on it a little later tonight and strip it down. Well, it's the next day. I'm going to continue on the little Toro. I'm going to pull off this plastic top. I'd much rather work outside, but I'm in the basement. Everything is very, very muddy, as it's like 50 degrees out here. 2 weeks ago, it was 0. Almost every day, freezing. Everything's melting and wicked humid. And we're supposed to get like a rainstorm really soon, so that's going to start flooding. So back to the Toro. So we'll get this top off of it. The older one of these that I have, very similar, has an awful lot of screws, nuts and bolts. This one, I'm gonna need to put a wrench on that. I'll start it up when I got this cover off. So the gas tank is part of the plastic up here. It's kind of nutty, so I got to take off the gas line. So I'm gonna crimp it off there with the gas line tool. Take the hose off. I took the primer off, and while I was doing it, the primer itself, the bulb, was totally dry rotted. That could actually be the problem, but I don't know why when I put gas down the spark plug hole, why I didn't get it to fire. So I'm still thinking it might be the flywheel slipped, but you know, I should get a misfire or something. I don't know, but I'm still kind of curious just to see how this thing's made, etc. So we still got to get that red cover off. Okay, that shroud's off, which is great. Well, I got the gas out of the basement anyway. Had to take the handle off to get it through the shroud, the pull start rope, I mean. This was also a little slack, which made me think, well, the flywheel moved, but no, they're not interconnected, really. I'm gonna see like what I got for a spark now that all that's off. And I also found something else that was kind of weird. I found, if you see this hose right here, this didn't seem to be connected to anything. Is it an overflow? Because the primer was hitched up to this. You know, I'm not really familiar with these carbs. I'll look online and see what's up. But I don't know, funny for the overflow to go up so much. I think we're going to take that off and clean it anyway. Let's see if I can give you a shot of the spark. Yeah, it's definitely got spark. Well, after seeing that spark, which looks decent, I tried some more gas down the spark plug hole and nothing. It's got compression. You know, has gas, has spark. Why no start? I do not know. My little spark tool in there. You can see that's a good spark. I was thinking like maybe, you know, it was intermittent and I was just getting lucky seeing the spark, but why you no start? Okay, shroud's off. We're going to try to take off that flywheel now. I don't know, it doesn't look like it shifted or anything, but I guess you can't tell by looking like this, but this is why we took the shroud off, so let's take the flywheel off. Okay, I started thinking that maybe the exhaust was plugged. I've heard about two-strokes not starting because of that, like not even sparking, but I got a good look in this port. Sorry, I'm going to try to hold this by hand. And you can kind of see some nasty scoring in there. It might even be a chunk of piston if you look in the center port up to the right a little bit. And I don't have a Torx bit, or maybe I do, to pull off the head, but I think that's what I need to do next. This thing just might have not been worth it at all. Well, I think I'm gonna cry. You can see there's definitely some metal sharpness right there from that port. And the cylinder. You can even hear that. I don't know, I guess when I thought it was compression, I guess it was resistance I was feeling. I don't know, I'm going to take a little piece of sandpaper and just for as Musty says, shit and giggles, and see if I can smooth that out. Yeah, I didn't spend much time on it, but I mean, what it looks like to me is that there are pieces of ring that have welded themselves to the cylinder. And I don't think this is worth pursuing any further. A shame, these are good little machines. Someone just must have forgotten to put the oil in it or something. So I'm just gonna put it back together, I guess. Oh well, can't win them all.